All right, and we're recording. Welcome, guys. This is office hours for August 10th, 2023. And hello. Hi, Barb. Good to see you. And I see Kavita's recorder is here. I think that's her automated recorder that sometimes hops on faster than she does. So let's start with you, Barb. Do you want to share what's up and how can we?
Yeah. Oh, this is so great. So usually I have clinic on Thursdays, so I never get to come to these. So I'm so excited. My VA is supposed to be coming too, so I hope she gets here soon.
It'll be recorded.
Okay, good. Good stuff. All right. So should I just go ahead with my question? Is that okay?
Why don't you just launch in and let's see who else shows up, and we'll see how, if you have like a whole list of questions, we'll just see how it goes, but go for it. Jump in and let's knock stuff out.
Okay. So the first one is I really need some in-depth explanation of the community feature and how it works. I'm not sure, like, is it one community and then it's just like we have like different like little pods within the community, and so I'm just not sure.
Totally. Yeah. So let me just describe the overview first. There's one community, but you set up, first of all, you set up groups within the community. And within the groups, you set up spaces. So you can decide who has access to a group. And then within the group, you would set up spaces because obviously you want to be able to separate out, like, here's where I want you guys to introduce yourselves. Here's where I want you to talk about this. But I think the key thing that sometimes is kind of the first thing to get the head around is that it's one community space, but you set up a group and you control who is in that group and who has access to see it. So once you've given somebody access to see that group, now they can see all the spaces in the group. They can post wherever they want. You can give everybody in a training access to a group. You could give everybody in specific trainings access to a group. You could give your whole community access to a group. So does that make sense so far? Go.
So I could take, so say for example, I have different courses, right? So a group could be a course.
A group could be all the members in a course, if that was what you wanted. Absolutely.
Okay, so I guess my next question, well, okay, so and then within the course, if you have modules, the spaces could be modules, correct? So they could comment within those spaces?
Yes, within a group, you could have a space for each module. And what you can even do if you want is set it up to mirror the comment block underneath the training.
That's my
the piece you were looking for.
Well, that's my next questions, the comment block. I actually I've not been super comfortable with the community thing, so I haven't used the comment block. So they can watch the training, leave a comment, and that gets transferred into.
If you choose, you can set up a group with a space over here. And when they comment on the training, it will automatically also show up over here. That just means that there's one place for everybody to go to connect about the whole course rather than having it split up in a comment block, but they can also go to that specific comment block.
Okay.
Does that make sense or no?
I think so. So I have a course, and that's going to be my group. And then my spaces are going to be modules. And then within my modules, I've got multiple trainings. So underneath the training, there's a comment block. And if they comment on the training, that comment will go into the space/module section.
Correct. Yeah. You can set it however you want. So like I have a space that I want to mirror from this discussion right here.
Okay. And then everyone's done by tags, correct? Like you put them into group with tags, is that? So say I have someone in course A and course B, then how would I get them into the right groups? Just assign the people in course A tag?
You can just assign them. Let me, why don't I pull up the forum right here and just let us look at it. And you're also welcome to, if you want to open your own account and look in there, we can certainly walk through it in there, Barb, if you want.
Okay. It's okay.
But basically, let's say I've created a group and I want to create a space. So I'm going to hover over this little plus sign to create a space in the group. Let me move my Zoom bar out of the way. Now, right here, I just get to decide right up front when I create it, who I want to be able to see and access this space. I don't even have to set up tags. It's going to automatically show it to everyone in the group or give it to people with specific tags. You have a lot of options, which can kind of make it a lot of pieces to get your head around, but basically you can choose to give them a tag. Or you can give it to everyone in the group. Let me back up a step and let's look at like setting up a group. Right here where it says permissions, I'm going to be able to decide who's going to be able to see this group. Everybody in my whole student database, or only students of a specific course, or only students with tags. Is that making sense? Oh, I think
that makes that's a lot more clear now. Now I've kind of got a flow chart in my head of what's going on.
It's a lot of pieces. It's a bunch of pieces, but basically you've got a lot of options to set it up for whoever you want to see it.
Okay.
Students of the course, tag them. Is that making sense?
Yes. Yeah, it makes a lot more sense now. I think I can make my way through that and figure it out. Okay. Does somebody else want to ask the next question, or can I just go ahead?
Let me see a show of hands of who's got questions. Just put your hands up if you have a question. All right, Angela does, and just have a couple of people here. So let's keep going. Yeah, go ahead, Barb, and let's go through. And Will has a question. Okay, cool. All right, go ahead, Barb, and we'll go through a little more, and then we'll just see how time goes.
Okay, these shouldn't be too long. I was just wondering, are there, and I'm sure I saw this somewhere, but now I can't find them. Are there templates for the emails, like the in-course emails that get sent out?
You mean like the
reminders and all that
when
stuff?
when something's being released? Check
Mm-hmm.
the place that it would be in step 5 of the experience engine. And when you go to create a new experience, it's going to give you an option to either create from scratch or create from playbook. And the playbook is where there's pre-built experiences that you could modify with pre-built email templates, which you can also modify. So whatever there is would be in there, and you can just scroll through and look at the available templates for experiences and see if you're finding that matches.
Perfect. I knew I had seen them. I just couldn't find them again. Okay.
I know the feeling. I know it. Cool.
And then my last question really, and again, I don't know if this is going to be a simple one, so if you want to move on when you hear it, go ahead. I've seen in the Facebook group where there's really nice kind of sales landing pages made out of the order form.
Mhm.
And is there a tutorial for how to make those really nice, more complex sales pages somewhere?
Well, you want to look at just the tutorial for the page builder, because it's really going to be the same process anywhere. Well, give or take. Let's look at a course. Oh, wait, did I stop my screen share? Let me pull this back. So basic way the page builder works is we've got available blocks over here. You grab a block and drag it onto the page. And then most of your work is going to happen in the edit content section right here. So you can add the basic answer is that you can add blocks onto the order form. There's no specific tutorial for building for the order form versus somewhere else, because the way you use the page builder is the way you use the page builder, which is basically you grab a block. I want another header here, so I'm going to drag it on. I click edit content. I open up the columns and I customize exactly what I want on that block. Is this answering your question, Barb?
Yeah, it is. I was hoping for something that would be a little easier. Take less work, but that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Tell me what needs to be easier. Like what's not feeling easy?
Oh, it's just I don't have a lot of experience making the sales pages, so I was just looking for like you know, what would make a good sales page and what kind of to put in there.
Perfect. There's a template. I haven't done anything to this page. This is a template that's going to be in any course. If I click over here on the left, where there's the list of all my pages, and then I scroll down to the bottom to custom pages, there's going to be a template here called demo course sales page.
Okay.
This is, I think, what you're looking for.
Yeah.
Start with a
Gotcha.
video and a headline, put in a bunch of great content and some cool images, and then put in a button that says click here and link that to your order form.
So that's all one page, like that demo is like one complete sales page kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, wasn't that hard at all. Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. You're so welcome.
I'm good.
All right. Okay, cool. Let's see who was next. Will had a hand up, and then Angela. Will, you got a question? You here?
Hi, sorry, my camera's being weird.
Hey.
Hello. Hi.
How's it going?
I'm great. Yeah, thanks for the for these.
Yeah.
I had a question that I popped in the forum, and I just wanted to sort of have it as a conversation too. I had a thought to make I'm launching a course next month, and I normally do a webinar before it, but I want to play with the idea of making a EMC. And is there a way to, my ideal would be they finish the EMC and I tell them that they've actually just finished the first module of the bigger course. And if they, enroll and purchase, it will put them right into the new course. There isn't a way to, I know there's a way to link, like to give them a new course after a course, but you can't bring the XP points over, right? Those are sort of locked in.
They're unique to the course. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great. And then when I was seeing on the forum, that is like all courses ever in my account, right? It's like those groups are like, I only have one forum, and certain people in different courses can see what's in them, right?
You can set up your forum however you want. You can basically set up groups within your forum, and you decide who gets to see each group. So you can create a group that everybody, all of your students can see. You could create a group that only people in a particular course could see. You could create a group that only people with a particular tag could see. So
Got it.
it's one forum, but you create the groups and you decide who has access and who the groups are visible to each
Got
one.
it. And in there, because I know there were things in the like that can go to a Facebook group that's like, you know, based on people's actions. Does that go to the, can you have it go to the forum as well yet, or no? Like where if somebody completes something or gets a high, you know, has a certain amount of points or whatever, that it reports to the forum?
Are you talking about like our automatic post to Facebook feature?
Yes. Yeah.
Working in the forum? Not yet. No,
Okay.
not at the moment.
Okay. Cool.
I imagine seeing that down the road.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And
Yeah.
I think if I have one more, maybe that's it for me for now. If something else comes up, it's great. Yeah. I'm learning a lot, and it's really it's cool. But I think when there's so many choices, it's sort of like, oh gosh, I could do it so many different ways. I just have
Yes.
to like commit and just start building for sure.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks. All right, cool. Let's hop over to Angela. And I know we had some new people just hop on too. So put a hand up so I know who has questions. So I know for timing. Okay, Donovan, great. We're going to go to Angela and then we'll go to Donovan. How's it going, Angela and Carrie?
Hey, it's going well. It's going well. I'm working on an EPM as well. And I was intrigued, got here a couple of minutes late, just a couple. So the setting up of the group, I don't know how to do that. So I want to know how to do that. And you said something about a forum. So the ability for course participants to talk to each other.
Mhm.
Like it's like a Facebook group, but it's within the course, correct?
Yes.
How do I do that?
Okay, so I'm going to go through this quickly because we did just go through this and it'll all be on the recording, but let me just
How soon will the recording be available?
give me as long as YouTube takes to upload it as soon as we finish.
Okay.
But I'll show you real quick so that we have it here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. All right, so if we go into the forum, so the basic setup here is that you can create a group, and I'm just going to show you that when you create a group, you can choose exactly who's going to be able to see this group. So it can be for all your students, it could be for students of the specific course, or it can just be for students with a tag, or for no one if for some reason you wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just grab a random like test tag here, and I'm going to create a group. Now within the group, I'm going to create a space. And within this space, I've got options where it could just be an open space to talk about things, or I could mirror the content from the comment blocks that are underneath a specific training. Does that make sense?
Yes, I guess I didn't realize there were comment blocks, but that's okay. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, there's an option to put comment blocks underneath your trainings. You don't have to do that. This is just a way that you can, if you choose, let people make comments right underneath the trainings, because that's a great way to get the engagement right there. And then if you want, you can have it mirrored into a forum space.
Mm-hmm.
So that means people could either respond right under the trainings, but you also have all of the comments in one place over in the forum.
So can everyone see the comments that other students are making, or is it just unique to that particular person?
Everyone can see the comments.
Okay, okay.
Is that helpful?
It's very helpful.
Cool. Barb's asking, so if we choose a mirror discussion from one or more trainings in a specific course, would a drop down show up to choose which training? Exactly, Barb. If we choose mirror discussion, first I'm going to select a course here. I notice the window here is a little weird, and this may be just the browser I'm using, but it doesn't give me a ton of space. But basically, yes, it's going to give you a course, and then it's going to give you a list of trainings to choose from. Did that answer that, Barb? I know that was kind of hard to see because it's way down in the corner here, and there's something that I think should be fixed there because it's not showing up very easily. But let me know if that helps, Barb.
That
Angela.
was great, thanks.
Okay. Angela, that helpful?
It was very helpful. Yeah, every time I come to these, I learn something new. Yeah.
Me too. Cool. All right, let's hop over to Donovan.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. I want to learn something old instead of something new. So,
Okay, sounds like a plan.
so I think to me, like as things change, evolve, and grow, and there's like all these options. I know a lot of the things just aren't primary, and so I guess as you said, I learned something new. I was like, I don't know if that's always healthy and good. So what, if I've had one mini course built really in a couple of years of having access to this, what is the old thing that I really need to know so that I'm really doing what's primary, to have like a structure to kind of get in a groove? Maybe it's a checklist, maybe it's like, you got to do 2 or 3 courses and then you'll find that you've really got it figured out. How do we actually utilize those primary things to get more content created? And I did just sign up for the new offer, or maybe it's been offered a few times from Murray, around using the AI to create the courses, to have those expiring mini courses. So I definitely want to use okay, cool, that's nice. It's kind of like with my smartphone. I didn't get it for a while because I'm like, it needs to get smarter. Okay, it needs to get smarter. I'm going to keep the flip phone, keep it good. Okay, no, it's smart enough. They finally made it smart enough. So I think the opportunity to use the technology we have at our disposal would probably be maybe the new thing, because it's really going to expedite the process and has a lot of structure built in. But what's the way to actually really groove that structure of first I do this, then I do this, then I do this, and then I don't lose my mojo before I get to completion? I'm looking for that kind of let's make actually, better use of this whole opportunity. Is, I guess, my big question. What do you recommend for that kind of global question?
Yeah, I love that question. I think it's going to obviously be so specific to each person in their business and what your business goals are and exactly what's happening.
Yeah, let's say the business goal is to have many little opportunities for people to get that little mini course, and that's like a little piece of the puzzle. And I don't need 55 of those or 20 or 10, but it would be nice to have maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 shots at pulling people in. My audience would be parents of kids that they've got an amazing connection and they are worried about the empty nest, both the parents and the kids, but the kids are really fired up about making a powerful mark in the world and being great leaders of the future. So I'm appealing to the parents. So I could see 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 topics that pulls in the parents, that gets me to that first discussion that then leads to a teen takeoff EPM, or not even EPM. I didn't even really Xperiencify my main course yet. But, so I've got a signature course that the kids actually do.
Okay, so is the question, so what's happening with the course that you've built? Is it selling? What's going on with that?
I've got, over the course of 2 years, there's 37 people in it. I might have put in 6 or 7 or 8 of them myself. And some, usually it's sold at a discount. Probably the best I had in one fell swoop was 5 after speaking to like in a webinar to a person's bigger list than my own.
Cool. So it's building, it's going. So you've
It's going.
got kind of a signature program that you're taking people through and they're getting results.
Well, before that, there's the mini course. Yeah. So there's the mini course I've sold like, or have 37 people in. After that,
Got it.
the larger course, I was doing that
Okay.
before I even had a mini course. So that signature course is something I just do still live on Zoom, no recordings whatsoever, or
Got
it's
it.
even one-on-one. And then I just want more mini course opportunities to pull in and start to build trust and relationship with the parents, to then have that discussion about probably still more one-on-one clients for a while into the bigger offer.
I love it. Okay. So you've probably learned a lot from everybody, or the 37 people. I mean, that's a decent number of people to go through a course and get some feedback. You've probably got some
A little bit,
testimonials.
yeah, not as much as I would have liked. It's not very much feedback. So some people go in it and do all of it, some people don't, and not so much on the feedback side of it. It's like, I did the course, isn't that enough? Like, I don't have time to give you like more feedback than that. So I haven't got as much of that feedback piece as I'd like either.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, there's a couple things. You can always incentivize feedback, maybe with another thing or a discount to the big
Good point.
thing, because yeah, people are busy. But that's going to be super helpful. But it sounds like, I mean, from what I'm hearing, it sounds like you want to build like your next option for a mini course. Maybe not building
I'd like to get a
all at
rhythm.
once,
Yeah.
but
I'd like to get a rhythm.
yeah. Yeah, why not? I mean, you said you have a list of ideas, I think, for what could be mini courses. Is that right?
Well, I think I actually would maybe like to have multiple options, but in terms of ideas, I think right now I just have one. I think it's really
Oh, perfect. That
it
makes
was
it
even
easier.
just like, yeah, like Laura Wilson, I was just on with her recently, and she has a kid going off to college, and she's like, I don't know what that looks like, and the transition would be nice to be smoother. And I'm like, well, that's a course. I know what that
Yeah.
looks like, and let's make it
Great.
be smoother. And then it doesn't have to be
Great.
more than that. So that's the essence of one for sure.
Yeah. So what would be the quickest, simplest way you could build that as a mini course that would get that parent the feeling or the solution or the answer that they want? Like, what's that easy win that they're looking for? And maybe you want to ask Laura some more, because I know she'll super
Yeah.
helpful with stuff like this. But I feel
Yeah. Well, I think in the end, it's what I've got. I mean, I've had two big innovations for the inner world, and that's like answering like, how are you doing and what to do about it, and then what do you want to do in the future. So those two things are probably good for the parents as well. So I think there's going to be a nest that empties, and so both kid and parent can kind of revision what that's going to look like. And so that transition is big. It's a really big deal. But I've always been thinking in terms of let's help the kid build that vision. But like Laura not even being able to conceptualize that made me think, well, it's the same stuff. We just need to create a new vision, either which way. So I think that's basically what it should be.
Yeah, I feel like you want to find like what's the concrete, tangible, like small first win around this that you can get for those parents, and create. Then as far as like doing it, it's about creating that very simple, 3 to 5 module, if even that much, mini course, which you could do in a couple of days with your knowledge already. And get something up. But I think the key here is just really landing on that small win outcome answer feeling that the parent is looking for. That's that first thing you can give them. And then you've clearly got the knowledge to put this together. So that's where I'd be going. How
Okay,
does
so
that
in the
sound?
end, it still boils down to, and I don't want to do ever more than 3 modules on any of these
Good, yeah.
mini courses. So I'll restrict it to 3. And so there's like these 3 things to get the small win outcome answer feeling. basically. And then that's like 3 videos. I'm just going to teach 3 things, and then now let's put those into the system, and don't overcomplicate it. You know, obviously you can put the communication in there on these pages or the sales page or whatever else, but the bottom line is just figure out the winner outcome, figure out the 3 pieces, make the 3 videos.
Totally. And then just put in the basic XP principles. Don't have to get too crazy, but the basic principles of the points, the putting it into action immediately after they watch the video, the checking it off, the getting the small wins as they do it, the reflecting back to them what they've got, and then take them through to that small win. And that's it.
That's
Yeah.
cool. So within that, if you like feel like you're stuck on any of the bells, whistles, song and dance between these sessions, is like the Facebook group a good place to just put something in there as, hey, you know, here's what I've gotten stuck with, or here's where I'm at and I forgot how to do this, that, or the other?
Sure. Or just email me at the support desk if there's
Okay.
something you need to know how to do. Yeah, we can get you help with that right away.
Is it support at Xperiencify?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. All right, and it looks like this is kind of a big initiative for Murray too, to be working on the founders of, you know, these expiring mini courses and using all this AI stuff. It sounds like that's still in the throes of being created.
For sure. For sure. Yeah. That's a big thing.
Cool. All right, I think I'm good.
Cool. Does that feel helpful?
Yeah, thank you.
Got somewhere to go?
Yeah.
This is great. Will saying sweet spot of how many days an EMC should be limited to. Yeah, and you know, obviously always depending a bit on your topic and audience and title, there's going to be some variance, but I'm thinking like 7. That's where I'd go. Anybody else have input from stuff they built? Feel free to share. It could be longer. Again, it's going to depend a little on topic, but keep it short.
Yeah, I would say like one of the things I've realized too is that even with all the bells and whistles, and even if people do finish, it's just really a setup tool. I mean, we should really be having this be the setup for that next more comprehensive solution. And so
Totally. Yeah. Yeah. It's given them the taste of the experience and given it in a way that totally engages and moves them along so that it's super easy to be like, yep, next thing, go. And they're already in action from doing all the actions. They're already engaged. So yeah, they're ready.
they're at like 12 or 15% after 2 days and 3 days and 4 days. It's going to be like that for 10 or 20 or 50 days. So at some point they've just pretty much gone as far as they're going to go without that next nudge.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Good stuff. Thanks, Donovan. Thanks for bringing that all up. Carrie, how's it going? What you
Good, good.
got?
So my question's kind of an old one too, I guess. Is about like XP and XXP points. Like, what is the purpose? You know, Barry's been bought into Murray's stuff for a while, so he kind of always talks about it like 2 tracks, but I'm not really familiar with that, what he's really talking about. So I don't know if you've been around to know what that means, or
Yeah, it's basically just so the XPs count towards course completion.
okay.
The XPs don't. So
Okay.
it's a way to satisfy the feeling of getting it done for
Okay.
people at different tiers or different levels.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want people to feel like they haven't gotten it done, but some people are gonna be ready to take off and run, and they're gonna be bored, and you know, we can't make everybody happy, but we
Mm-hmm.
can say, hey, just do the basics here. Yes, you did it. Woohoo, celebrations.
Yeah.
You're moving along. Or for the overachievers, do the basics and cool, you loved that, you want more, here's your extra credit or whatever you want to call
Okay.
it. Here's another option. Thanks, Donovan. See ya. Good to see
Do you
ya.
have an example of that, or like to put it into practice kind of idea? Like, what you've seen people use it as like an extra credit kind of thing specifically?
Not off the top of my head. I'm trying to think, is that in CPA? I'm trying to think if Murray does it in CPA. I don't have an example off the top of my head. Could we brainstorm right now with whatever your course topics are on?
Yeah, I mean, so Barry's course topic is for selling, basically the big goal is selling life insurance like objection free and selling like $1 million policies to agency owners and their teams for their teams to be able to sell it easier.
Okay, cool.
I mean, the whole course is like called Multiline Sales Mastery. So like teaching that principle to all the levels of the different insurance that they would sell in their agencies.
Great. Okay. So there's tons for them to learn and master here, obviously.
Oh, sure.
Sales is a big
Yeah, it's
thing.
huge.
There's gonna be, and I'm not someone to speak knowledgeably on selling life insurance, but there's gonna be basics that they have to know and that they have to know to get the course, to get the benefits of the course. And then there's gonna be some kind of, an XXP could be action stuff. It doesn't necessarily have to be consuming. It could be it could be having a conversation with somebody about a topic that helps them to develop this skill. It could be, I don't know, talking to someone and getting information about the questions they have about life insurance.
Okay. Or, I mean, is it something bigger where they work? Because Barry had this idea, I kind of liked it, like where they work as a agency almost to get through the course together. And then Barry would give like a free, whatever, consulting thing for that agency. Like, would that be something or no?
Can you say that for me again?
Sorry, it's like, yeah, it's kind of convoluted. So it would be, let's just say one, like even if it's just one agent gets through the course at a certain pace, then Barry would give like a free coaching session to that agency.
Okay, cool.
I mean, would that be like something for the double points? Like the end goal would be to get Barry's free coaching. Let's just say
sure.
that.
So if they got so many XXP points, then they get a free coaching session.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a great motivator. So yeah, they
Yeah.
you just want to come up with some extra things that they could do that would be helpful in their learning process.
Okay.
And then, they want a coaching session. I love it.
Yeah. I did have one other quick question. Hopefully I can explain this right. So in the thing you guys are talking about, is it EMP? The new, like the expiring landing page thing? Yeah. Is there a way like on the landing page for people to see what other offers he would have, or is it only leading them to one thing to like offer them?
Is there a way on the landing page to see what other offers are available? Well, you could technically put whatever you want on a landing page.
Okay.
You don't have the capacity for like bumps or upsells.
Okay. Got it.
That's definitely a big feature request for the future.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Got it. Okay. That's it for now.
Cool. Thanks, Carrie.
Yep. Thank you.
I want to check the comments. Peter, do you want to just pop off and ask your question? Pop off mute.
Can you hear me?
I can. I can't see you, but I can hear you. And
great. Good afternoon. I'm here from Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Welcome.
Thank you. Just curious. MVP, minimum viable product, isn't it a paid course in and of itself?
Often it is.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, just want to be sure. Secondly, I'm not a techie. How do I raise my hand?
Oh, in Zoom, there should be a reactions bar at the bottom of your screen.
Ah,
There's a bar and a little tab that says reactions.
got
And-
it.
Yeah.
Got it. got
Did you
it.
find it?
I'm good. I'm good.
Cool.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, where are we at? Angela, you were asking a question about transitioning from an MVP, and Barb is saying make a call to action at the end, get them on your email list. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's a million ways to put the offer out, whether it's an email or a offer at the end of the course and a box that pops up, but there seems to be a theme here today of not overcomplicating things with all the bells and whistles. And the basic answer is you get them through your free course, you give them a great experience, and then you offer them the next thing in any way. And there's loads of fun ways to offer, but bottom line is give them a good experience, offer them more. What else? What else have we got? Let me just go through the comments or other questions. Anything, Barb, did we get to all of your questions at the beginning, or did you want to circle back to anything?
No, that's all I can think of right now. I'm sure as soon as we hang up, I'll think of more. Oh, I did have one thing. I don't know if you can help me with this or not. So when I create videos on my iPhone,
Okay.
and then I airdrop them to my computer,
Okay.
they won't upload. I don't know if I was working with you on this, but I
don't think
can't get
that's-
them to upload at all. So what I have to do
Weird.
is I have to go back to the video file
Okay.
and export it as, I think I'm doing 480 something.
Okay.
And then they will upload into Xperiencify. But I can't seem to get them to go straight from the format from my phone to Xperiencify.
Using
So-
airdrop. You're saying
Yeah.
using airdrop, they won't.
Well, they airdrop to my computer just fine. And they play just fine. But then when I go to upload them from my computer to Xperiencify, they won't. It just like forever. And then I get that really annoying email from Nigel saying
Oh,
that
so it actually, you upload it, but it doesn't
it
actually.
doesn't process. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Sorry.
Really interesting. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that. There's so many potential little things in the formatting and the exporting and the coding that just sometimes don't play as well with the software, that basically our devs would have to look at it and see exactly what is happening in the exporting that is being wacky. That's frustrating. Have you, do we have a ticket on that? Have you sent in like a sample
I
or
just-
something?
What I did at first, but then I discovered this fix. So now I just do
Okay.
this export every time, but I don't even know what that 480 thing is. Like, I just tried it, and
As long as you're
Sure.
using a standard setting, it should be fine. As long
Okay.
as you're using like a standard output for exporting.
yeah, well,
Um,
it seems to work, and I
Yeah.
just don't. The videos seem okay. My biggest concern was that I might be degrading the video a little bit, but they seem to be fine.
As long as it's, yeah, Angela's suggesting you can use Handbrake. If it's uploading fine and it's playing fine, we're good. Yeah, I get it about the frustration of not being able to just airdrop and do it without an extra step, but
That's okay.
yeah,
I don't mind as long as that is it was just really intriguing to me. I wouldn't do it.
I hear ya. I hear ya. I wish I knew. I wish I knew.
And as for Handbrake, I just don't want to get if I can go without anything else,
Yeah.
then I
Yeah.
want to go without anything else.
Just do
if
it as
possible.
simple as possible. I hear ya. Yeah. Handbrake is a program that can compress the size of the file, Peter. So if you have a file that's too big, if you have a video that is over 2 gigabytes, you can use a program called Handbrake to compress it. But that doesn't usually happen unless it's a really big file. Will, yes, I see some people using Thrivecart. I'm not sure if I should comment on that or not. Anybody
Oh,
else?
I love the comment.
I'm in a long saga with tech support over at Thrivecart for my own personal use right now. So we'll see what the outcome is and whether I stay with them. But people definitely use it. It's yeah, you can use it.
Yeah,
you can connect it through Zapier.
Yeah, it's the I just love that when I was looking on the support page, the Zapier integration, though, that doesn't drop them right into the course, right? That they'll have to go to their email or like
Correct.
that might, yeah. And I do love the, when you, especially for a freebie, for a free course where they put in their info and they're instantly dropped in I think that's so the value of Xperiencify. And so it's like, I would love to just also be able to eventually be able to use Apple Pay, be able to do, Affirm, Klarna, that kind of stuff where people can do payment plans, digital wallets and stuff.
Yeah. So there is an option, by the way, for Thrivecart and most other platforms, not all of them. I think it doesn't work for ClickFunnels, but most shopping carts, there is an option to do a redirect so that people do land directly in the course after purchase. If you go to our help center and you just search redirect from a third party, you'll pull up an article, and let me just give you the overview here. You can set it up for yourself if you are okay with diving into some techie stuff, or we can set it up for you for $100 and then host it for $100 a year. But basically there's a special coding you can set up where you can use an outside shopping cart and still get the effect of going through, of having them be dropped straight into your XP course.
Got it. Is there any ability for digital wallets in the future for the native cart?
I'd say it's a possibility for the future. I mean, that would be great. We're still trying to get PayPal to play nice and integrate, and that hasn't happened yet. So we'll see. Yeah, I don't have any official word on digital wallets. Thrivecart is a shopping cart, Barb. Was that what you were asking about? Yeah. Thrivecart is a shopping cart system that does like shopping cart pages and bumps and upsells and affiliate programs and fancy stuff like that. And did you have another question, Barb? I see your hand up. Yeah.
I do. So with Stripe boosting its rates like quite a lot, I found this other option called Go Cardless. Can we use Zapier to connect to that one?
Check Zapier. There's
so it's there, but I can't seem to get them to connect. Whoops, to connect.
You mean it says it should integrate, but you haven't been able to?
Yeah. So
Okay.
just like ticket support kind of thing?
Reach out to Zap support for that.
Zap support. Okay.
Yeah.
Although I do like this idea about redirecting from a third party too.
You can do that. Yeah, I don't know. What was the cart you just named? I don't know that one
Go
specifically.
Cardless.
go-kart, okay, but most, or I should say a lot of platforms, it's possible to just set up some special codes so that they purchase in your shopping cart and then they automatically get a redirect to XP.
Thank you.
Yeah. What else? How are we doing? Let me make sure I didn't miss comments. Cool. What else? Any other questions get sparked as we're chatting about all the possibilities and keeping our eyes on the basics and the old questions? I love that. Who's got a celebration? Anything we can celebrate you for? I know there is. I know there is. Barb's smiling. What can we celebrate you for? Babe?
First celebration is actually being here. Second celebration is using those AI tools. Day I got outline and content done for 2 complete short courses, one the expiring mini course and one another, like a step up to that. I was just like blown away that it could be
Pretty
done.
wild.
I was just amazed. So to me, that's a huge win.
That's huge. Very cool. Congratulations. Yay. What else? Celebrations, questions, haikus, songs. Angela, did we get your questions about the forum answered?
Yeah, I think so. I will go back and look at this again when it's available.
If you want to take, it seems like we're hitting everyone's questions. So if you want to take another couple minutes and we can look at it right now.
Okay, so how did you even get to the forum page?
Great
I didn't
question.
see that. I mean, I blinked my eyes, literally wrote some things, blinked my eyes, and you were on the forum page.
Okay, great. Let's go all the way through. All right, so here's the inside of my account. Recognize this, like it'll be in your account dashboard, something like this. And over here, we're just going to go to forum.
That's where it is. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And then we're going to click on that. And then again, the basic structure here is we're going to create as many groups as we like. When we create a group, we're going to decide exactly who is in it. And then we're going to create a space inside the group.
So what are you doing to create the space?
To create the space, I am going to, sorry, let me just fix my screen. I'm going to hover over the group right here, and there's going to be this plus sign right here.
Okay.
And I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to set up whatever I want to do for the space.
Okay, this is good.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, hey, did you guys see that we have a new feature out, which is that you can unlock a particular, wait, how does it go? You can set a training to be unlocked by an experience. You guys see this? So this is brand new. You've been able to do this for module in the past, but you haven't been able to do it for an individual training. If you go into step 5, and you create a celebration. And we're going to create from scratch. Oh, and by the way, who asked, was it Barb who asked for email templates? This is where, when you create a new celebration, this is where you would choose create from playbook. And that's going to take you into getting a bunch of options for emails. But right now we want to create from scratch. Let's choose, it doesn't really matter what the starting trigger is. Let's say it's when they earn 50 points, you suddenly want to unlock a new training. So we're going to create a trigger that says the starting trigger is earned 50 points. And then the action is going to be to unlock a training. To make this work, the training would need to have been set up to have a release date in the future. If you only want it to be unlocked through this special way, just put it like 999 days into the future or something. And then you're going to be able to unlock it as soon as they earn 50 points. And make sure you turn it on. Does that make sense? How to use that? People have been asking for this one for a while for, wanting to set up like different pathways of trainings for people to take. So you could, for example, have a tag added to a student based on their response to a question, and based on the response that they give you, they get a tag, and then they either get this training or that training. So you get to really personalize their course, which is cool. This is one of these extra bells and whistles. If we're, focusing on basics, don't worry about it, but it does give you a lot of cool options if you want to personalize pathways through a course. All right. Anything else before we wrap up? Awesome. Great to see you, Angela. Have fun with the forum. Thanks, you guys.
Just sorry, one more thing. Sorry, where do we find the recordings?
On the YouTube channel or in the office hours. Wait, are they in the? No, I guess they're not in the help doc. They're on the XP YouTube channel.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, everybody. Good to see you guys. And have fun. And send me an email on the desk if you need anything. All right. I'll see you soon. Bye.